Good morning, first graders. Happy Friday. I hope you've had a lovely week, and I hope you have a lovely day today. So we're going to read our morning message. We're going to count some money. We're also going to talk about our calendar, our weather, and our days of the week. And then I'll read a story. All right, let's read our morning message. Good morning, first graders. Today is Friday. It is April 3rd, 2020. It is Keegan's birthday. Happy birthday, Keegan. Hope you have a good day. Have a fantastic Friday. Love, Mrs. Rochat. All right, boys and girls, yesterday was Thursday, today is Friday, and tomorrow will be Saturday. You're right, good job. It is still springtime, and the weather outside is supposed to be cloudy, maybe some sprinkles of rain. Okay? Let's sing our money song. A penny is one, a nickel is 5, a dime is 10, and a quarter's 25. All right, boys and girls, if I had 1 quarter and 4 dimes, 1 nickel, and 5 pennies, how much money would that be? You can go on Seesaw and do some activities that have to do with our calendar, counting money, talking about the days of the week, and practice reading the morning message. All right, it's story time with Mrs. Rochat. We're going to read The 3 Little Super Pigs Once Upon a Time by Claire Evans. Now, if you have heard the story, The 3 Little Pigs, you probably already know what's going to happen in this story. But these are super pigs, so what kind of super things do you think they can do? Listen and see if you're right. Once upon a time, there were 3 little pigs. They dreamed of becoming superheroes. In fact, they were so obsessed that their family house became cluttered with all of their superhero collections. If you look closely, you can kind of see those connections and all those different things that help them be superheroes. So one day, Mother Pig told her little superheroes it was time to find their own homes, and she waved goodbye. They walked for hours, crossing dangerous rivers and climbing steep cliffs. Must be going to find a really good place to build a house. And finally, they arrived at their destination, Fairyland. After an exhausting trip, the pigs decided to set up camp for the night and build their new homes in the morning. Welcome to Fairyland. That's what the sign says. While toasting marshmallows in their superhero costumes, the pigs met a new friend, Little Red Riding Hood. We learned about that story. She warned them about the big bad wolf who'd been terrorizing Fairyland. The wolf had kidnapped Mary's little lamb and stolen sheep's clothing. He'd even been disguising himself as different grandmas and stolen their clothing. The pigs were warned to be on their guard. I'm noticing a lot of characters from other stories that we've heard, like Little Red Riding Hood. And I see Mary Had a Little Lamb. That's another story and song we've heard of. The next morning, 2 of the pigs were desperate to play superheroes with their new friends, so they built their houses as quickly as possible. The first little pig chose straw to build his house, and he gathered all he could find. The second little pig chose to build his house out of sticks, and he collected them from high and low. And in no time at all, their new homes were ready. While his 2 brothers were having fun, the third little pig was patiently building his house out of bricks. He wanted to make sure it was strong and sturdy, so he worked very hard. Have you ever worked really hard on something? I've seen you work really hard this year. Finally, all 3 houses were ready, and the pigs were very happy in their new homes. If you look at this picture right here, you can kind of see all their homes and how nice they're built. Suddenly, the first little pig was startled by a terrible growl outside his window. It was the big bad wolf. Little pig, let me come in, he cried. Do you think he's going to get in? Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin, squealed the panicked pig. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in, growled the wolf. Whoosh! And with one puff, he blew the house in. The first little pig ran to cover at his brother's house of sticks. Little pigs, let me come in, bellowed the wolf. Not by the hairs of our chinny chin chins, cried the pigs. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in. So he huffed and he puffed and whoosh, he blew the stick house in. Look at how they're holding on to some of those sticks so they don't blow away. Dodging the flying sticks and falling debris, the two little pigs ran as quickly as they could to their brother's house of bricks, narrowly escaping the nasty wolf, who was getting very angry and very hungry. Little pigs, let me come in, demanded the wolf. Not by the hairs of our chinny chin chins, the pigs replied. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in, screamed the wolf. So he huffed and he puffed and he huffed and he puffed, but the brick house would not blow in. The wolf was furious. His plan is not working. Do you think he's going to come up with another one or go away? Let's find out. Suddenly the pigs were startled by a loud changing noise from outside. The cunning big bad wolf had made another plan to climb into the roof and sneak down the chimney. Two of the pigs started to panic, but the third little pig had a super plan. He had been boiling a pan of hot water on the fire all along. Do you remember that story we read at the beginning of the year? How they poured a bucket of water on top of the wolf? So, as the wolf came hurtling down the chimney, he fell bottom first into the bubbling hot pan. With a piercing shriek, he jumped out of the water and straight into the pig's net. The big bad wolf was defeated. The pigs waved goodbye to the silly old wolf as he was carted off to prison. With Fairyland safe at last, the pigs' dreams of becoming real superheroes had finally come true, as the whole town cheered their special new name. Hooray for the 3 little super pigs! Hooray! All right, boys and girls, I hope you really liked this story and all the other stories I read this week. I hope it made you laugh and smile. I miss your laughs and smiles and, of course, your hugs. But I hope to see you soon. You have a great Friday and a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday.